Well, good morning, all. We appreciate you being with us here this morning, and we've got some really awesome information to share with you. Hopefully, this will impact your business very positively. We've had a lot of success with this line. On behalf of the Hode Group and on behalf of Edward Don, we'd like to welcome you to this presentation about Daymark Safety Systems. And we have an expert in-house with us this morning. We have Jeremiah Howard. He's a strategic accounts manager with Daymark. And let me tell you, I've seen and watched Jeremiah work, and he works magic. And we have been delivering some really amazing solutions and value to our customers. So we're going to really try to give you a lot of what you need to know today to really help you, help impact your business and really, help you stand out against your competition. That's our goal. Again, we missed NRA this year, and usually Jeremiah is doing it, working his magic at the NRA booth, but we're going to try to bring a little of that flavor to you this morning, hopefully, and we'll get right into it. I'd like to ask you, before we get into the meat of the conversation, that we hold our questions to the end. We're going to run about 30 minutes, a lot to cover in 30 minutes. So let's hold our questions to the end, and hopefully we can get those questions answered for you. If not, we'll provide you an opportunity and a portal so you can follow up with us should we need any further information. Okay, so let's get right into it. Jeremiah, welcome again, and hope you're already off to a great day today. So anyway, everything good?
Yeah, it's a fantastic day. Thank you for the wonderful intro there, John. I hope I can live up to it.
Well, you have, you have, and you will. So anyway, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Jeremiah, challenging industry today. A lot of things going on given what's in the news. Some of us are walking and living it every day. Tell us a little bit from a 45,000-foot overview. What is it that Daymark does really, and where does Daymark find its value in our industry, and how do we deliver that value to our operators?
Excellent questions. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So while I'm talking, I'll just put up a couple little fun facts that we have here. So introductions first. My name is Jeremiah Howard, as you heard earlier. I'm the strategic accounts managers for the Midwest. I've been with Daymark for a little over 2 years and have just really had a great time with all the great items that we bring to market. So a little bit about Daymark. You know, we've been in the industry since the 80s. Our primary products are safety products targeted towards the food service industry. Really at the heart of that are our labels. We manufacture locally in our Bowling Green, Ohio production facility. Thousands and thousands of different types of labels. We also have a number of safety products that really benefit the industry. We really pride ourselves on being innovative and forward thinking, even when it comes to something as simple as a label. As a matter of fact, back in the early 90s, we were the ones that invented the dissolvable label, and we did that by visiting our customers, working with them, and seeing how tough it was for them to scrape off their labels on their hotel pans and all the time that it took to do that. And we thought there's got to be a better way. And so we try to take that into every single product that we bring to market. We spend a lot of time working with companies and helping develop products, not just in what we produce, but in the stuff that we have sourced and then provide for you as well. So hopefully I can show you a couple of things today that we'll show you how forward thinking we are, and hopefully we can find some ways to help you in these challenging times. The restaurant industry has always been a very competitive one. It's very easy to go from very busy and very challenging times to struggling to find business, and it's always up and down, but especially in these times with all these increased restrictions and guidelines and hurdles that we have to cross. And so I'm really hoping that the stuff that we've come out with recently, as well as our core products, can help you stay ahead of the competition, help you be more compliant, and help you protect your brand in these challenging times. So with that, let me run through these fun facts real quick. It's just a nice, fun way to get warmed up, and then I'll show you about some of the great products. As I mentioned earlier, we're a local Midwest company based out of Ohio. I myself am based just about an hour hour and a half north of Chicago. Our logo actually represents a label from a label gun, because that's how we started back in the 90s. That was probably the most advanced and quickest, most efficient way to label all your products, would just simply take that gun and mark them there. And we still hold true to that. We still produce millions of those labels every year. As we've grown over the years, we've added a lot of additional safety products, from piping bags to cut gloves to anti-slip floor mats to you name it, pan liners, first aid kits, all kinds of great stuff. We're currently over 16,000 SKUs, but again, our core product is definitely the labels that we produce. I mentioned earlier, we invented the dissolvable label. A couple of other fun facts are the master rolls that we use to produce those labels, over 10,000 feet long, and each of them weigh about 200 pounds, which is a big, big hunk of paper. And last year we printed enough labels to wrap around the earth 3.5 times. That is a lot of 1 and 2 inch labels. So just some fun facts I like to share. So obviously, you know, we're going through some pretty challenging times right now, and in keeping with how much we want to help our customers and how we want to be forward thinking, we've introduced a number of new products to kind of help during these challenging times. We have a sanitized surface label that is waterproof, and the adhesive is actually bonded to the label, so that when you place it on the table, you mark when and who sanitized it, and then you can peel it off for the next customer and put it on. We've got some reusable antimicrobial gloves, which will help with the disposable glove shortage we have right now. Medical infrared thermometers, social distancing floor decals, single-use sanitizer packs that you can give out to your guests. And coming soon, we're also going to be introducing a body temperature scanning kiosk that you can put at your entrance and not have to have someone personally scan everyone. It's face activated. You can go and you can use it for your own employees, or you can use it for your guests as well. So today I really want to talk about our MAD 85 and really concentrate on some of the delivery and third-party struggles that everyone's having, but hopefully some of these other products can help you as well.
Great.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we spend a lot of time with our customers. We don't just, you know, send an email and send a price list and here's your product and ship it out. We're on the street, talking, watching, interacting with your guests, watching how production happens in your kitchen. And we are always trying to innovate and make things easier for you to be more compliant. We're trying to make it more modern, and we're trying to make everything more efficient, okay? Really helping bring everyone into a more up-to-date technological way of managing all their items in the kitchen, okay? So about 6 years ago, we came out with this system. Everyone has enough clipboards and checklists and things like that in the kitchen, and on top of that, the Daydot system that you have or that you may use requires a lot of different inventory. You have to have 7 different SKUs for each day of the week. You may want a bigger one, you may want a smaller one. Your food rotation labels are at the mercy of whoever's handwriting them. I know my handwriting is worthless, so that's not really good for me. Not to mention, if you're writing on a Cambro that's curved, it's already bad. So that plus a lot of other factors really gave us the idea to come out with this system. So cool. The system can produce your basic food rotation labels, as you'll see here. It maintains the date and time, and then you put in the parameters of when an item should expire, so you can control that. It's not a preset item. If you only want to keep your bacon for 2 days, that's fine. If you want to keep them for 3 or 4 days, that's fine. Whatever your parameters are, the system automatically monitors that and puts it on there. It eliminates any bad handwriting. It eliminates people calculating the days wrong. It eliminates not knowing what day it is. It eliminates running out of Friday stickers and having to use a Saturday sticker and scratch it out and write that it was Friday. It eliminates all those items for you. The system can also be used for basic nutritionals as well. But one of the things we really want to focus on, and a huge portion of how everyone proceeds forward in these times, is delivery. So we've spent a lot of time developing labels for delivery. I'm going to talk a little bit about tamper-evident labels. But as you can see here, having those labels on your items helps provide brand integrity for you, okay?
Absolutely.
when you put out the door isn't always what makes it to the customer, right? Even in a best case scenario where no one touches it, no one shakes it around, they drive the speed limit and they walk slowly up to the door to give it to them, you still have to deal with the packaging, the moisture, the hold times, all of that. So having something that is sealed and showing your customers that you care, showing your customers that you produce the order in a timely manner, are all very, very important to not only your customers' confidence in you, but your own personal brand integrity, okay? So in addition to the number of handwritten labels we do, we also rolled out labels that are designed to use with our kitchen automation system. Our tamper-evident labels, we actually invented about 2.5 years ago. These labels are permanent adhesive, so once they're applied, they don't come off without being torn. They're also die cut, so they have small perforations in them so that when you go to peel them off, if someone goes to open them, they're gonna tear. There's no way around it, okay? So if anyone tries to tamper with the food at all, it's evident and you know it, thus tamper-evident, okay? Our labels are really industry leading. They have the highest temperature tolerance of anyone out there. They're not gonna peel or curl or lift up on their own. They're good up to 228 degrees. They can withstand even the hot boxes that a lot of these third-party deliveries are putting in there, which increases the humidity, increases the temperature on them. As I said earlier, if you don't want to get into the full automated system, you can also use it as handwritten as well. And we can also put your logo on there to help increase your brand awareness and let people know where that came from. The system also will record the date and time. It's fully customizable, so if you wanted to have the customer's name on there or what the contents were, you certainly can include that. But I do feel it's really, really important to put the date and time on there because the customer is going to order it either on phone or online, and you know, it may be an hour and a half before they get their food, even though you made it in half an hour. That clearly states that you did your part, that you produced it in an appropriate amount of time and had it ready. And, you know, unfortunately, the delivery driver picked up from another place before they came to them or got lost in traffic or whatever it may be, okay? Really, I can't stress enough, it really protects your brand's integrity, okay?
Super important today.
Yes, very much. Also, during these trying times, customers and users, everyone's trying to find additional ways to provide value to their customers. And also to make money for themselves, let's be honest. We're in the business of making food and providing food to people, so grab and go is very important. It allows you an additional revenue stream. It also will help diminish your workload if you can have those additional items already prepped, already ready to go, already packaged, so that you can either just grab them and put them in the bag, or the customer who's coming in to pick up their own order can add on to it. We don't have the opportunity for those add-on sales as we have in the past in the industry of offering, oh, well, we have this extra special dessert today. Why don't you get this? Or, you know, we have this fantastic charcuterie board that we're only offering today. Having these additional items available really helps you add on to revenue and helps streamline your process as well. We can customize anything that you want. You can see some pretty creative ones that we have here. Any shape, size, design you can think of, we're happy to do. And it will just can go straight onto any type of packaging that you can imagine.
Jeremiah, I have a question.
Yeah, please, go right ahead.
So can we go back to that last slide?
Absolutely.
Okay. So my question is, you know, as operators are joined with us today, and I'm probably asking this question right now, can the MAT 85 system print that label?
Absolutely, it sure can.
Wow.
So I'll tell you a little bit later about the hardware itself, but it's a thermal printer. So it prints it basically sears the black wording onto the label. So when we design a custom label for you like this, the colors are already there, but the individual item information, the nutritional facts, the item name, the date and time, all of that is produced on demand by the system as the product is ready or as the product is packaged.
Got it.
Yeah, it's very efficient. So, you know, let's say that you're offering 6 different grab and go items. In the past, you'd have to have 6 different types of labels. You have to keep them all organized and put each one onto the respective packaging. With our system, you just order the one label and, you know, hit print on what the item is and then put it on the label. The next item that's different, you simply switch over to the different name, you hit print, and then all the applicable pricing, item names, date, time, nutritionals, all of that, the system calculates and just puts on there immediately for you. Excellent. Okay, so moving on. So we offer a number of different adhesive types. I won't get into the science behind it, and I won't geek out with you on all the different ones. Really just bring this up to let you know that we can cover a number of different application types. We've got permanent adhesive, which is what we use for our grab and go. Obviously, once you put it on the package and you don't want it to go anywhere. We offer removable or repositionable labels if you're going to use them for back in the house, or like the sanitized label. That adhesive, again, is bonded to the label itself. So once you pull it off the surface, zero residue is left. Whenever I'm visiting customers and showing this, I actually take those labels and place them onto my laptop's computer screen and peel them off. And everyone can see right there from the backlit that there's zero residue that's on it. We also have waterproof labels if you need something that's going to be in a high humidity environment, or maybe you want to mark the stuff in your back bar or in your service well or anything like that. And then, of course, our premier dissolvable label that dissolves in as little as 30 seconds. You don't even need to run it in high temperature water. You can dissolve it in cold water. And you just simply take your little spray hose in your kitchen, wash it off, and it's good to go. Cool. Everything about it dissolves, by the way. The adhesive and the paper completely dissolves. Okay, so now that you have a little bit of idea of what types of materials we produce, let's talk about the hardware itself. So kitchen automation is a number of different products, but specifically referring to the menu pilot system is 3 different components. You've got menu command, which is the dashboard. It gives you, a centralized oversight. You can log on from anywhere. It's very easy to access, nothing to download. That communicates to your user interface, or the app, which lives on a tablet. It's an Android-based tablet. We offer a very inexpensive, high-quality tablet, but if you wanted to use your own, you certainly could. And we can just simply download that app for you. It does need to be an Android tablet, so keep that in mind. But the tablet's a great user interface, and then it communicates to the printer through Bluetooth. The printer itself, again, is a thermal printer, so you don't have any consumables other than the labels themselves. No ink, no toner, no ribbon, nothing to change, anything like that. So very simple. You don't have a lot of components. There's nothing to download. There's no management fees, no leases, nothing like that. The portal itself, again, no fees or support costs, nothing to install. It's super easy to use. If you have a Facebook account and you can upload your own photo and make a post, you can run this system. It's literally that easy. Everything about it can be customized. You can have different items, you can have different names, you can run multiple different languages. You can even have the system display in one language and print in another. Tons of capabilities, and again, everything about it's customizable. It's not a cookie cutter solution where it may not fit your particular style of establishment or your particular type of restaurant. I've got customers from large institutions and multinational chains, all the way down to single use, very specific. For instance, I was just working with a customer that they're just a margarita bar. That's all they do is just margaritas. They have 50 different margaritas, but that's all they do. So it can be a great fit for a number of different types of outlets.
So Jeremiah, if I could ask another question.
Absolutely.
Everything you're showing us right now, and by the way, I want to also make mention, those crazy labels with the different designs, and those all could be printed through the little printer hardware?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No,
we can customize it as much as you want to. The majority of customers, it's really about just increasing their efficiencies and making them more compliant and spending less time labeling their items. So I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of labels we sell are just the basic, either blank or the day of the week labels.
Sure, sure.
However, if you have an application that's going to be grab and go, or you want to increase your brand, or if you are very specific about the colors and the size and shape of your labels, we can accommodate anything you can imagine.
Absolutely. And all of this, just again, for our audience, all of these are available through Edward Don, correct? I mean, this is ready to go through Edward Don, correct?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. In stock, ready to ship.
In stock, ready. That's the key word, in stock, ready to ship. So time is of the essence. Awesome.
Okay, so the second component is the menu pilot. Again, this is the app that you would use, your actual user interface on location. It's a dynamic user interface. That's a big marketing word. All it means is that you can interact with it. You can use a touch screen. You can swipe back and forth. You can search. Really easy to use, easy to access. One of the best benefits of this system wasn't something that was originally designed into it, and that's the fact that it's digital, so you can do a lot more than just print labels. Initially, we really built the system to print labels, but we found a multitude of other uses that we can achieve, that we can do because of the fact that it's digital. For instance, you can include the recipe instructions. You don't have to maintain a binder anymore. It's right there, the same place that you're printing them. Okay. If you make a change to the instructions or the ingredients, you can do it online. You can hit save and it's available immediately. Even if you're at home in the middle of the night making those changes, it's available at the location as soon as they open the machine in the morning. You can also include videos, whether it's how to plate a dish, whether it's how to clean the soda machine, whether it's the reason that you chose those 3 specific cheeses for your charcuterie board. You can give it to the front of the house and give them some selling points without having to do it every shift meeting. It's there and it's available. So a lot of great additional benefits because it's digital. And then, of course, the last piece is the printer and the labels themselves. I gave you a really good idea of the capabilities of the labels. The printer itself is very simple. You're probably already using something similar to this to produce your guest checks. It's a thermal printer. All you have to do is load in the labels. It's Bluetooth, so it has about 165 feet of range. So you can be mobile with your tablet, walk around, hit print, and it will print back in your prep kitchen. You can also mix and match. You can use multiple printers off of a single tablet. You can do it the other way as well. I have a large corporate chain that does 8 tablets and 2 printers per locations, because they have a tablet that's strictly for expo and they can see how things are plated. There's a tablet that's for prep, so they have their prep labels. There's a tablet they use for front of house to view their items. So a lot of great options there. It's great print quality. There's no leases, no monthly service fees, anything like that. Really the only restriction you're asking about, the different types of labels, is that it can only print up to 4 inches wide, which actually is twice as large as most of our competitors. Most competitors can only do a 2-inch label. We can make it as long as you would like, but only up to 4 inches wide. Okay.
So Jeremiah,
any questions so far?
Yeah, Jeremiah, I really, as we've got about 5 minutes left for the general presentation, I'm going to ask the biggest question in the room right now, and you know what it is. What is this going to cost
How much
an
does it cost?
operator? Exactly. What's it going to cost an operator? And then as a follow-up to that, even more importantly, we've got a lot of operators that are online with us right now that have multiple properties, major chains represented here today. So tell us, how does that, with the cost, and how does all of that parlay? Do they have to buy a specific unit for every one of their properties? How do we network them? How do we keep them communicating and consistent?
Great questions. And yes, everyone wants to know how much it costs. And I will tell you, the most common question that I get when I'm doing this presentation is, wait, what's the catch? And that's because when I tell you that it's only $400 for a basic setup, everyone kind of looks at me weird and say, wait a second, your competitors are doing $1,200, or it's a $60 a month lease or something like that. Look, as I said earlier, our core products are producing labels. We built this system in order to help you and to help us sell more labels. Okay, so you can mix and match. So depending on how many tablets and printers that you choose, it's going to affect the cost. But a basic setup, which would be 1 tablet, a protective cover, and a Bluetooth printer is going to be less than $400. Okay.
Wow.
Then you just have to buy the labels. We make, I showed you, we make enough labels to wrap around the earth multiple times. We're extremely high volume, so our labels are not expensive. You're talking pennies a piece. A basic label like you see there, it's a 2x2 label, is about 2 cents. You know, it's
Cool.
very, very inexpensive. As a matter of fact, the ROI for most customers is measured in months. You know, I just had a customer recently that was using our own labels, which we have a very good price on. The standard, you know, 2x3 label that you write on that says the date, time, what the item is. By switching to this system, they were saving $250 a month. So even though they bought, you know, 2 or 3 systems for their different locations, they recoup that in months, and we're saving $250 a month just in their printing, just in their labeling costs.
Okay. Okay.
So,
awesome.
what was the other part? Oh, the multiple operators.
Let's talk about
Great
the multi-unit,
Yeah.
multiple locations quickly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So all the updates are done wirelessly. So you don't have to you don't have to plug it in somewhere. You don't have to get a USB drive and copy it and put it in there. Any change that you make is immediately available to all of your locations. The other nice thing is if you have multiple concepts within your locations, you can send out just the items that are applicable to them. So if you have an Italian concept, they can just see the items that are on their menu. And then down the street, you have another restaurant that's an American fare concept. You can house and control all of those items in one central database as the administrator and only send out what is appropriate to those individuals. They will only see the items that they use within their facilities. Same thing for updates, any changes you make, nutritionals, prices, any of it, instantly available to the cloud.
Cool. All right. I got to add this last, before we take questions, I got to add this last thing. You know, as a consumer and going through this whole COVID, you know, debacle, we've ordered a lot of food at our home, you know, because we would go out, my wife and I would go out to eat a couple times a week when we could. And, you know, we've been ordering in. So takeout, obviously, as we know, that's been a survival for many of our operators that are online with us today. But I will tell you from a consumer standpoint, and, you know, yes, I'm the packaging expert. We at the Hode Group, that's what we do really well. We're the packaging people. But I'll tell you, when I go out and become a consumer and I get something delivered to me, I don't know what is in my bag, when it was prepared, who it was prepared by, and it's not, my bag is wide open. I don't care if I'm picking that food up or it's being delivered. It's a little unnerving today. So, you know, I got to believe that this can only impact an operator more positively and give that consumer more confidence to keep ordering food more consistently and often. Just saying.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Thank you. So let's see, we are just about, anything else you want to add? Let me see, I've got a bunch of questions here. You know, again, on-site training, is that available? You know, do you stand beside the operator? Can we do some, you know, are we able to get some demos lined up? Are we able to do virtual demos for them if we have some interest?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, we have full online capabilities for demos. So we can show you online. I have something called an emulator, which shows you how the tablet goes. Of course, we can log on and create your items for you to show you how that's done. You know, once travel restrictions are lifted, I'm happy to come visit and help you set up. But we have a couple of things. Number one of the values of working with Ed Don is you get their first level concierge service for free. Okay. We have a team of people that's their entire job is to help you set up your machine, not only physically setting it up and plugging it in, but how you design, how you organize your information, what labels to use. Do you want multiple labels? You know, should you use a 2-inch? Should you do a 4-inch? What design? Do you want your logo? They'll work through all of that for you. We also have 24/7 tech support. So we don't expect you to be a technological genius or to be a coder or a programmer or anything like that. We're going to help you through all of that. It's super, super easy setup. All that really involves is you collecting what items that you want to put in there and having some idea of how you want to separate that out. We'll help you through all the rest. Okay?
And Jeremiah, that online support is 7 days a week?
Yes, so there's a call center. There's also an online support. The tablet itself even has a chat feature. So you simply tap the button and start chatting with tech support. That way, if you're in the kitchen and you're working, you don't have to go into an office and sit on the phone and hold. You know, again, it's 24/7 tech support. their hold times aren't long at all. As a matter of fact, there usually isn't any, but it's still just so much easier to start a chat on the tablet. You can also email in, again, 24/7 tech support. There's no fees for that either. It's in our vested interest, yours and ours, to keep these machines running. If something were to happen and you need a replacement, we can overnight those to you from our facility in Ohio. So, you know, wherever you are in the country, could be, you know, 2 days, we'd have it for you. Again, we make it as painless as possible and as easy as can be.
Cool. All right, let's go to our questions and see what we've got here. So let me open up the chat. Let me see, we got a question. All right, looks like from Jeff Flag. Hey, Jeff, I hope you are well today. He's got a carry out packaging question. Jeremiah, can you label each package with the contents of each, as well as another label on outside the bag, or another one out on the outside of the bag that tells everything that's inside the bag? Kind of what I was talking about. It's a little frustrating. So go ahead, Jeremiah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely you can. I will tell you, it's not integrated into a POS system. It is a standalone system. So you will need to you know, choose how many of each item is printed. Let's say that you have an order that has 10 pieces in it, with their apps and entrees and things like that. You're going to need to print 11 labels. You need one for each item that's there, and then you will need one for the outside as well. But you simply choose how many of each you need, hit print, and they all come printing out at once.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions, folks, while we've got the expert in-house with us today? Okay. Well, again, if you have any further questions, we're going to certainly wrap this event up here. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to get a hold of Jeremiah or the Hode Group directly, or obviously your Edward Don rep. And Jeremiah, if they wanted to reach out to you, how would they do that? Would you share that contact information with them?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Let me advance some of these slides. I also am going to provide to all of the reps all of additional cell sheets for each of these items that give you a little more in depth. I know that we covered a lot of information in 30 minutes, but I have my contact information on there. We'll also give you some resources and ways. You can, of course, go to daymark.com in order to research these yourself. But if you have any questions, you can get my contact information right there. jhoward@daymarksafety.com, or you can simply call me as well.
So folks, if those listening, if you're interested in this, please get a hold of your Edward Don rep as soon as possible. We also would like to encourage you to perhaps engage us to get maybe a virtual demo started and help you see how this could add value to your operation. I have seen this. I did a trade show before COVID. It was a convenience store trade show in the Southeast, and so many convenience store operators were coming up wanting to see this demonstrated and how this could add value to their C-store and their food to go or to-go packaging opportunities. It was, let's put it this way, it was a very hot commodity at the booth. So we were happy to have it there. But so please get a hold of your Edward Don rep if you need any further information, or perhaps you'd like to purchase this, and we hope you would get started on that. But anyway, we wish you all a wonderful rest of the day, and we're here to help you. Again, on behalf of the Hode Group, Edward Don, and Daymark Safety Systems, we appreciate your attendance today, your time and attention. Have a great rest of the week, and let's hope we get on the other side of this thing soon so we can all really knock the cover off the ball and start doing what we love to do each and every day full time. So thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Jeremiah.